I have made $80,000 as a sales systems agency owner, building and selling sales systems for a variety of companies from 7, 8, all the way to 9 figures. In this video, I'm going to show you an extremely powerful Make.com scenario that I've built for those companies, and I've successfully sold this for over $5,000 to $10,000 a month. I am literally going to build this entire system live in front of you. I'm also gonna show you my thought process. I'm gonna walk you through the platforms you're gonna be needing. I'm also gonna include the blueprint for free in the description as always. And I wanted to ask you guys about something. So I'm thinking about starting this series, which is going to be Build It Live, where I would go on YouTube and literally like stream, and you guys would be in a chat and you would like give me like ideas of basically systems that you want me to build for you, or like examples of systems that I've sold before for multiple companies, and I'll just literally like build it live, and like I would know what systems you want, and I'll just do it in front of you. So let me know if you guys are up for it in the comments, and let's just get started with our system. So first of all, I'm going to walk you guys through how the system works, and then we're going to build it from scratch from the beginning. So I have this scraper right here. So this scraper I want to share with you guys. It's called LinkedIn Companies and Profiles Bulk Scraper. And the beauty about this scraper, as you guys can see if I go to runs, you will see, like I was playing with this earlier, and there's so many results right here. And the idea is pretty simple. So it's either you have two actions. So either you get companies or you get profiles. And the idea is you can just put a list of queries such as keywords, right? So what's awesome about this is you can literally put anything you want. You can put IT support, you can put financial, you could put B2B. It's kind of like when you search in through LinkedIn for a specific company or a specific niche, or like Google for example, you could look for hiring SDR, and you can basically just look for any company that mentions these keywords. So this is what I mean by targeting by pain, not persona, is you basically look for companies that have those signals, such as, hiring for a certain role, or basically the in their company page they include like a couple keywords that, let's say you are a system agency or like a lead gen agency, and you're looking for those exact keywords that your service solves, right? You can just go ahead and look for those keywords, and this scraper is basically going to retrieve all the information about either the profiles or the companies that have this entire keywords. So it's extremely powerful. So if I go back to my runs, and then I was just going to walk you guys through like an example. I go to storage and I click on dataset ID, and then let's say I want to hard code this right here and click on OK. If I run this module, and I click on run this module only, I can see everything right here. So this is a company, it's called IT Support. So here's their tagline, their description. Are you looking for a marketing and technology expert? Do you need an independent consultant? You can see their industry, so ITS, their websites, their headquarters, so they're located in Netherlands, their employee count, their basically follower account, founded on, like every single information. And there's another one right here, which is when you have a business to run, you don't have time to worry about your IT doing. So this is IT companies, right? So what I can do, so I know these IT companies really want healthcare clients. What I can do, I just can connect them both. And this is essentially how I've managed to scale, guys. Another thing would be if I go back to my runs right here, and I will look for another run. Let's say, let's see this run right here that I ran earlier. And I go back to my scenario, and I'll just hard code this and click on OK. And if I run this, I will see another one. So these are I believe I put hiring for for a job, and now I can find like recruitment companies. We are recruitment professionals in Youngster who are willing for startups and to work from home digitally. Our organization allows you to work with passionate people. Hiring stories. Hiring is a talent acquisition company. So all of these are potential buyers for your actual service or a sales system agency. You can just go ahead and reach them out. And if I go back if I go back right here and I discard the changes, I'm gonna walk you guys through the system, how it works, and when I ran it. So what are we doing here? I believe that's not the one. Let's go back. I think it's this one right here. Not this one. If I go back. All right. Let me walk you guys through how this works. So we're getting the data set ID. So we're scraping the data. So once we do that, we're basically making a request to the website of the exact company. And then we're feeding it into AI, specifically Claude. And then we're basically retrieving the CEO name, which is the step that I've showed you guys in the last video, which I don't think anyone in the internet actually knows that this flow, which is basically you just perform a Google search, and that Google search will have plus CEO, and it's the most straightforward way to find a decision maker. And then we're using an email finder. You could use an email finder or find the email or any platform to find those emails. Oh, look at the sun. Such a beautiful day here. And then the second thing is we're looking for the email. If we find the email, then what we're doing is if we found the email, it's a success equals true, then we're cleaning the company names. Just because sometimes the company name would have something like IT support Ltd. Now we don't want to do that. We want to have something like IT support. That's it. We're gonna clean everything up. And then what we're doing is I'm gonna show you guys the copy. Now, look at the copy. So, not sure if that's relevant for you, but I'm trying to learn how IT search and selection firms are securing long-term partners with CEO decision makers who both have the budget and pain points they can solve to grow their business faster. I've been talking to a few founders already, and before I start building, I want to make sure the pain is real. If you have any insights or stories about this, would love to hear about them. Now, as you guys know, the way I write my copy is specifically tailored to the tone and industry jargon of each company. I just know this campaign is going to do extremely well just because the level of personalization and the level of the tone that I use, it's like I'm talking to someone basically at the bar or a coffee. I'm talking to a founder. So it's not pitchy. So let's analyze it in front of you before we build the system actually. So not sure if this is relevant for you, but I'm trying to learn. So company decision makers, guys, they receive so many emails that are so damn pitchy. Now your job is to basically just ask them a question. You're just trying to discover their pain points, right? It's kind of like when you want to get into a business, what is business in general? Business in general, it just you find a bit a niche that you're interested in, and once you find it, you go to talk to those people that in this niche, what is your problem? Instead of just sitting in the shower and trying to find what their problem is. So as a sales system agency owner, this is what you do. You go ahead and you pick a niche, preferably a B2B niche. And once you do that, you go ask those people on this niche what are their problems, and they're going to tell you. And your job is to find a problem. And then what you do is we have a extremely creative way. And I'm gonna show you guys how to use AI to do it. I'm already connecting them with their ideal clients, saying something like, "Hey, I'm trying to learn how IT search and selection firms, so this is their industry, are securing long-term partners with CEO decision makers, so I know what their, basically what are their ideal customer, right?" And then I'm just asking them, "Hey, I've been talking to other people, and then I want to make sure the pain is real." Now I can nurture this person on a call, and they will jump on a call with me, and I can close them to a system. And this is how I essentially made $80,000 consistently over the last few months, and I've essentially made $6 million in the last 6 months building the service systems for a variety of clients. Let's go back to another operation right here. So another one, as you can see, I'm trying to learn how IT Minds is securing long-term partners with tech startup decision makers. So now I'm just basically feeding this information to AI and be like, "Hey, what is their dream ICP?" So let's go back to diagram. And then I'm gonna show you guys the templates. So basically, what we're doing is not sure if that's relevant for you, but I'm trying to learn how companies in there, so I'm feeding AI, their industry, are secure and long-term partner with Dream ICP. So Dream ICP is basically a variable that AI is going to look through the data of their website and going to, what is their Dream ICP? And it's going to read through the entire case study, value prop, what they do basically, and then retrieve the Dream ICP and output it. So hopefully you guys basically understand my thought process when I'm building this sort of systems. But now let's just go ahead and start the building. So what are we going to do? We're going to go to scenarios, basically make.com, where we're going to use make.com. Make.com is the glue of automations and lead generation. And then I'm just going to put this right here. And before we do that, I'm going to walk you guys through the platforms. So the platform we're going to be needing are Apify. Basically, Apify is a full stack platform for web scraping. There's 1,000,001 scraper. There are some scrapers that are free and some that are paid. And that's all you need to scrape. So you're going to need Apify. You're going to need an email finder. An email finder, like I said, I've talked about it so many times in this channel. It's a email verifier and email finder, and they only charge you if you find the actual email. So let's say I'm looking for my name, so Saad, and then this is my company name. If I look for my company name, I click find email. Let's see. So what they're doing basically is they're pinging my they found it. So they found it. So this is my actual email, right? So they're pinging my website and they're trying Saad at my process, Saad X, Saad B, my last name at, and until there is a response from that server, from that ESP. The next platform is basically what we're going to need is going to be OpenAI. So it's either going to be basically ChatGPT or Claude. I found Claude much more smarter to basically GPT-4. So we're going to use Claude. And then the next thing is obviously going to be make.com. And then that's it. And obviously, I forgot to add it. It's going to be Instantly. Instantly is our cold email software. We're going to build our campaigns, and we're going to integrate their API with make.com. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's just get into the building. I'm going to go to my new scenario. And what I want to do is I want to look for get dataset item and Apify. So I'm just going to look for get dataset items, basically. And then what I'm going to do, I'm gonna map my connection, and the way you do it is you click on add and you go to Apify. So once you sign up to your Apify, right, you sign up, you go to console, you go to settings, you go to settings right here, and then you look for API integration and you copy this bad boy right here. Click copy. And the way you do it is you go and you paste your API token. Now, don't show your API token and click on save. So once you do that, you're going to have a connection just like this. I already have it. And then once you do that, you're good to go. You're going to go to this scraper, which I'm going to link, obviously. And then what you're going to do is look for this scraper. It's called LinkedIn Companies Profile Bulk Scraper. And then now we can just perform our search. So I'm going to walk you guys through how to use it. First thing is we want to look for get companies. You can choose whatever you want. I'm just going to use companies, and you look for whatever keywords you're looking for IT support, financial support, any company that you want. And then once you do that, let's say you look financial or like IT support. Once you do that, you limit the search per query. I wouldn't recommend you use more than 1,000, just because you don't want to get rate limited. For the location, you add the location that you want. You can add whatever you want. So United States, Netherlands, Germany, UK, whatever you want. I'm just leaving that empty. For the run options, always make sure it's going to be like this. Click on no timeout and click on save and start. Now, once you do that, you're going to have a run just like this. Once the run is finished, so the results are 10, you just go ahead and click on the run and you go to storage and you copy this dataset ID, right? So now you will understand why we're looking for dataset ID. So get dataset item, you just copy and paste the dataset ID right here, right? Keep everything the same. And for the limit, it really depends. So if you scraped 1,000, I wouldn't recommend you put 1,000 right here until you want to run the entire scenario end to end. So just put 1 or 2 if you want to just test and see the results in make.com, right? So this is exactly what we're going to be doing. So I'm remapping my connection and I'm just going to put 1, right? And then I'm going to copy my last one right here that I have just for ease of use, right? And then I'm just going to paste that in here and click OK. If I click on that, I'm going to retrieve all the information, right? Awesome. Perfect. So the next thing I want to do, right, is I want to find their website. I want to find the decision maker. And the way I do it is I want to make a request, an HTTP request. Make a request, basically. I want to make a request to google.com. So basically I'm just performing a search, just like when you do something like Maya process. This is my website and I'm looking for the SEO, which is me. So they found me basically. So Dr. Sadbolkai. So they found me basically. And this is the most straightforward way to find a CEO. That's funny. So what I'm going to do is I will look for the website right here. So I already have the URL, which is, let's look for it. And website URL. So this is the website URL. All right, awesome. So let's just go and see if there's many results because I want to look for more URLs. Let's just do 3. And then let's just run this module only. So I'm going to retrieve 3. So if I put 3 right here, you guys can see I can retrieve 3. Awesome. So now let's see. So here's the website. So I have a website right here. Awesome. So I can just look for it just like this and look for CEO, IT associates. So I found this. So Kevin Quinn, SER client partner. So here's the person right here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look for the search. So let's say google.com search plus CEO. So let's put CEO just like this. And then I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. So what I can do, I just can go back right here, paste that in here, search. I'll just remove everything right here and I'll just put this right here. Search.q equals IT plus CEO, right? If I do this and I run this module, now I have a status code 200. That means it went great. And the data is going to be all the HTML just like this. So all of this data right here, if I do control U, I can just basically copy this. It's just right here. If that makes sense. So awesome. Next thing is I want to feed this entire data to Claude. Awesome. So I'm just going to go and look for Claude. And I'm just going to create a prompt. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use model Sonnet. Max token, I'm just going to use 1590. Just because I have so many tokens. And then I'm going to click on content type. Is going to be text. And then what I want to do is I'm going to say extract the company, this company's this company CEO. Let's just do something like from this company scraped data, and I'm gonna map the scraped data. It should match the company name and company name. And then I will say something like output the results only with no additional text. Click OK. And then let's just go over this. So we're getting the dataset ID, we're making requests, and then let's see if Claude can find it. If not, we're gonna have to do some fine tuning. So no CEO found. Let's see. So we're gonna have to do some fine tuning. Let's go back to see what my prompt was here. Oh yeah. Let's copy this one basically. So let's just go back. So the original prompt is extract the CEO name from the scraped data. The company name must be aligned with the name. Oh yeah. So the name is this one. So let's try this prompt actually. Data right here. Yeah, and then let's just see. Okay. Check if I'm recording. I am. So the first one is Timothy Hi Ryan appeared. Yeah, so we found him. Yeah, of IT Associates. So we found him. So what we want to do is we want to output the results only with no additional text. Output the CEO name only with no additional text. And then let's go back. So we found them. Awesome. We're trying to find it. So we found the names. Awesome. So now that we have the names, right? All of these names. Perfect. Now what we can do is basically, let's just name this scrape data. Scrape website. No, scrape website. And then the second one will be extract CEO. Now what do we want? We want to feed this data to an email finder. So search for a person's email. And then the way you're going to do it is you're going to click on add and you go to an email finder, right? Go to your email finder. Once you sign up, go to app and then go to API and copy your API key. Once you do that, go back and paste that in here, just like we did with Apify, and click save. Now I already have it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my account and then click on domain. And the domain is going to be, remember, our domain. And then the full name is the full name we found. Awesome. Keep in mind, like if I try and run this module only and I just put my my website, I'm going to find it. So if I put my name, just for testing purposes for you guys, authentication the request. Let's see. Let's troubleshoot this together. Is it my connection? Let me see. Do I have the right connection? Oh yeah. I need to put an this is the old connection, so it's this one. Awesome. And then let's just look for this again. See, we found it. Results is my email. So it was just a connection issue. So here's my email right here. So validation is called valid. Awesome. So looks like my camera just stopped recording. So let me fix this. Awesome. So, all right, perfect. So let's continue our system. So basically, we found our email. Now, what do we want? Now we're just mapping this information right here. So let's see. The next thing what we're gonna do is we need to add another Claude module, which is going to be basically creating a prompt. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pre-draft our messaging, right? So how are we gonna pre-draft our messages? We're gonna choose Sonnet, max tokens 5040, add messages, click on role, user, content, and it's going to be text. Look for text and just copy my prompt that I have here. Let me remove myself from here so you guys can see me better. So I'll just go ahead and copy the already ready prompt, and then I'm just gonna copy it and just paste that in here. So feel free to copy it. I'm also gonna include the blueprint in the description, so feel free to just basically steal the blueprints. It's yours. So yeah. Now, here's the prompt that we're using, guys. So you are a conversational, concise writing assistant. Fill in the template below using placeholders. Use these website scrape data from the data. So we're going to map the data from here to retrieve Dream ICP. So retrieving their Dream ICP, use a casual tone and avoid overly specific details. Language should remain friendly and personable. Output the results only without additional formatting. So template is going to be their industry right here. So we're just gonna map their industry as an industry. Boom. Dream ICP, and then that's pretty much it. Yeah, so let's just go ahead and see how this works. So the first name, let's see. Awesome. Now if I click on run once, I'm just gonna use just one for testing purposes, and then we're gonna troubleshoot this later if there's any problem. Awesome, so everything looks good. And then let's read through this. Not sure if this is relevant for you, but I'm trying to learn how companies in IT staff and recruiting services are securing long-term partners with established corporations. Decision makers both have budget and pain points they can solve to grow their business faster. I've been talking to a few founders already, and before I start building, as you guys can see, this is highly personalized. So we're matching their ideal customer, saying, hey, I'm trying to learn how IT companies, this is their industry, and then how are they, securing their long-term partners with established corporations. So now I know that I'm talking to them, I'm speaking their language. So what do we want now? So I'm just gonna add this to Instantly. So go and add leads to Instantly. And the way you do that is you go back to your Instantly account, and I'm gonna show you guys how to map your connections. So once you sign up to your account and go to settings. So I have a bunch of emails right here. Go to settings and look for integrations, and then click on copy API key. Go back to your system and then basically click on add, and the same thing, guys, super easy. Paste in your API key and click on save. Now you will have a campaign. I already have a campaign right here. So I'm just gonna map my connection. And I'm actually going to show you guys how to create a campaign because I want you guys to learn how to do it. So click on add new, and I'm just going to put YouTube. Continue. If I go back, there's two ways. It's either I copy this URL right here, right? And I go back to my system and campaign ID, I click on map. I can just paste in the ID, or what I can do is I can untoggle this bad boy. I'll have it right here. So YouTube. Lead email is going to be the lead email right here, which is going to be email. And then the first name, I can do something like a split, basically like a split formula where I will paste in the map data, and I can put split based off a space. So we're splitting this first name based off a space. So this space right here. And then what we're doing is we're just getting the first one. So you get the one. So this is one. So this is one. So in programming, this is 0, empty, 1, and this is 2, right? So 1. And then I'm just going to do the same. So I'm copying this, and now we're getting the 2. So 2 is the last name. Company name is going to be the name, which is here, Gartner. Personalization is going to be text response. Awesome. So now that we have this, everything looks good. So basically, everything looks great. We can just run this, and then I'll just walk you guys through how Instantly works. So we don't have any leads. So what we're gonna do, if I go back and run the scenario, we're gonna see the leads added automatically. But before we actually do that, we need to add like a filter right here, guys. So we forgot something. So I only want to create the prompt if the email exists. Sometimes an email finder cannot find the email. So what we're going to do is we need success equals true. So let's name this email exists. And then another rule, we want, so success equals true, and I want the email to be text operator exists. What this means is just we're setting up a condition. So if email exists, which means text operator, this success is success. And this basic operator, there's an email right here, exists. So let's click on OK. And then I'm just going to remove the limit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm pretty much going to auto align this, save this, and I'm going to run this. So we're scraping the data, we're extracting the CEO, and then what are we going to do? So with the first email, so let's see if an email finder finds the email. So first email could not be found, as you can see. So if not, we're not going to do it. Second email, let's see. Oh, we found it. So if we found it, it's good. And then we're going to add this to, so we add it to instantly. So let's read this. So not sure if that's relevant for you, but I'm trying to learn how companies in IT support and managed services are secure long-term partners with healthcare and small to medium business decision makers who have both the budget and pain points they can solve to grow their business faster. So let's go back. So we're getting added. So the second one gets added. So as you guys can see, if the email exists, we're adding this to instantly. Let's see the second email. Trying to learn how IT companies are securing long-term healthcare and financial services. So as you guys can see, so just stop this because I don't want to keep wasting tokens. So we found like two companies. So if I go back and refresh this bad boy, so as you guys can see, we found it. Now if I go back to sequence and I put personalization, preview, and I'll find this. Not sure if this is relevant for you, but I'm trying to learn how IT companies and managed service, secure long-term partners in healthcare and financial service, and then who have both the budget and pain. So now I can just go ahead and reach those people out. So yeah. Hope you found value in this video, guys. I think now you have kind of like an idea of basically how I build those sort of systems from scratch for a variety of companies. Again, I talk about this in depth in my community that I just opened basically like 4 days ago, and people are joining like crazy. We talk in depth on basically how to build those sort of systems and how to pick the specific niches as a sales system agency owner. We also go in depth on how to actually build a sales system agency from scratch, where I literally just go ahead and scrape leads, enrich them, handle the AI personalization, the advanced scraping methods such as hidden APIs, where I would manipulate some hidden APIs to kind of like find data from like a hidden place. Yeah, so we also talk about offers. We have something called an offer audit, where I'll just personally go ahead and see if the offer you are pitching to that service or that company is going to work or not. So yeah, feel free to check it out if you want to. And yeah, thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.